नमस्कार, आप सभी का स्वागत है। मैं हूं राहुल और आप देख रहे हैं पीएम eVidya चैनल्स और NCERT का ऑफिशियल यूट्यूब चैनल। दिस इज द टाइम व्हेन वी ब्रिंग यू द लाइव टेलीकास्ट ऑफ वेबिनार इन विच वी टॉक अबाउट ICT टूल्स। और आज हम एक ऐसे टूल की बात करने जा रहे हैं जिसका जो टाइटल है वो हमारे बचपन से जुड़ा हुआ है, यानी कि हम चॉक की बात करने जा रहे हैं, एक्सप्लोरिंग चॉक। ये क्या है ये हम जानेंगे। बहरहाल आप हमारा फ़ोन नंबर नोट करें जिसके माध्यम से आप हमारे साथ जुड़ सकते हैं। विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस नंबर यू कैन टॉक टू आवर एक्सपर्ट इफ़ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चन रिगार्डिंग एनी ऑफ योर डाउट रिगार्डिंग chalk during this session. 8800440559 and the email ID of this specific session is training@ciet.nic.in. कोई भी क्वेश्चन होता है, कोई क्वेरी होती है, डू सेंड अस एन ईमेल और हमारा जो एक्सपर्ट है वो इसे एंटरटेन करेंगे और आपको उसका आंसर देंगे। हम कनेक्ट करते हैं मिस रेखा चौधरी जी से। आप TGT साइंस हैं केंद्रीय विद्यालय विकासपुरी न्यू दिल्ली में। मिस रेखा, गुड इवनिंग एंड अ वेरी वार्म वेलकम।
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for the kind introduction.
Yes.
A very good evening to all.
And I would like to know more about chalk because explore chalk is the topic of today's webinar, and I'm very excited when I read about this chalk. तो मुझे अपने बचपन के दिन याद आए कि जब टीचर जैसे ही क्लास से बाहर जाते थे तो सब बच्चे चौक उठाते थे और बोर्ड पर कुछ ना कुछ लिखना शुरू कर देते थे। तो what kind of chalk is it?
Sure, sir. First of all, I would like to thank CIT and CRT for giving me this opportunity to present this wonderful tool at this platform. Chalk, it is really very familiar term for all of us.
Yes.
However, I'm not going to talk about the chalk that you can see in my hands or that I use so many times in our traditional and conventional classrooms. This is a wonderful ICT tool. I'm going to start with my presentation first and then we'll show the demo part also.
All right.
Okay, so you can see my presentation now. I want to start with the student's academic journey. A student's academic journey is an ongoing process as they move from grade to grade and educator to educator. Chalk helps you to ensure uninterrupted academic progress for your students by making it possible to seamlessly map curriculum from grades 1 to 12. Eliminate gaps in your instructions, planning, and ensure a successful transition between the grade levels. Chalk provides a single system to ensure that your curriculum, instruction, planning, and assessment are integrated with one another and tied back to the relevant standards. By creating an integrated system, you can use data-driven insights to understand what is working well, and it will help teachers to make the necessary adjustments to close the gaps and ensure student success, which is very important for all of us. It provides online lesson planning, marking, and assessment and collaboration tools for teachers. It offers Plan Board that helps teachers to plan classes, track standards, and collaborate with teachers worldwide. It offers Markbook also, a marking and assessment solution that enables teachers to track their students' progress. So first of all, we have to log in for Chalk. Login icon is there on the main interface of the Chalk. We can sign up as a teacher, student, or guardian. We have to use our email ID for this. We can also log in using our existing Google, Microsoft, Edmodo, Facebook, Apple, or Schoology account. When you create your account for Chalk, you will be prompted to set up your semester. This setup is essential for being able to use both Planboard and Markbook. Setting up your semester involves a few things like picking your start and end dates, creating a name for your planner, and adding your classes. The semester holds all of your students, subjects, and the content for your Chalk school year. After creating a teacher account, the first thing you will need to do is name your planner. It will automatically be titled with the nearest school year by default, but you can change it to whatever you would like. Next, you have to pick your start and end dates. You can do this by clicking in the start and end dates areas of the box. You can edit these dates at any time after you complete this setup process. When you are done, click the Next Step button in the top right corner. The next step of the setup process will have you select the teaching schedule that best suits your timetable. Your teaching schedule is the number of days your timetable is and how long it takes to repeat itself. For example, if you teach the same classes every day, you have a daily schedule. If you teach a different set of classes for each day of the week, you have a weekly schedule. Click on a box that best fits your teaching schedule and then click Next Step in the top right corner. If you selected a daily or weekly schedule, you will just be asked to select your teaching days. These are the days that will be available for scheduling lessons. Click on the toggle buttons to add or remove teaching days from your planner. When your teaching days or rotating schedule look correct, click on the Next Step button in the top right corner. Now, how do I create my classes in Chalk? Click on plus Add a Class button on the left hand side. If you have classes created in Google Classroom or Schoology, you can import them also into the plan board by clicking on Import Classes button in the bottom left corner. Now you have to choose the subject option in the drop down menu that appears. Enter a name for your class in the text field that appears. You can click the color picker icon to the left of the class name to select the color you would like to assign the class. Once you have chosen a name and the color for your class, click on the create icon and you will see the class added to the list on the left. Repeat these steps until you have created all the necessary classes for your school year and according to your timetable. Before you can get started on planning your lessons, for lesson plans, you will need to customize your planner by setting up your timetable. After creating your class, you will see all of them in a list with a word unscheduled beside them. Now you can schedule them on the appropriate teaching days. There are multiple ways to schedule classes on your timetable. So choose the method that works best for you. Option number 1 is drag and drop method. Simply click on the subject you wish to schedule and drag it onto its desired position on the timetable. Schedule in bulk. Click on the scheduling icon to the right of the class you would like to schedule. The following pop-up will appear for you to select the start and end times of the class, as well as the rotation days that you will have in this class in your timetable. You can enter the start and end times by typing in the time field or clicking the clock icons. If your class appears on different times for each day, it may be the easiest to schedule all instances at the same time and then move the blocks into the correct time slots. Click Schedule when finished and the class will appear on your timetable. Another method is the draw method. Click and drag a box on the timetable to select a class to add. You can edit the start and end times in the window that appears. Once a class has been added to your timetable, you can move the block on the timetable, clicking on it and dragging it to a new position. To edit the length and the time period for a class on your timetable, you can click on the 2 lines at the bottom of each block and drag them up and down. If you need to remove a class from your timetable, simply move your cursor to the schedule block and click the cross icon that appears in the top right corner. Double check your timetable. At the end of scheduling your classes and blocks, your timetable might look something like this. When you are ready, click on the Start Planning button to save your schedule and continue to the plan board. You can come back anytime and you can edit your timetable. but changes to your timetable only apply from the present and the future. Past timetables will not be affected. Now, how do I create or edit a lesson plan in Chalk? We have to open the plan board menu in the top of the window and scroll down to the planner. Click on either the day view or the week view. Click on the white space below where it says click to edit in the day view, the subject name, and begin typing. Now you can begin writing your lesson plans. Changes will be saved automatically. Plan board allows you to create templates also and assign them to any given subject. In this way, you don't have to start from scratch while planning during the year. Open the plan board menu at the top of the page and then click templates. Click on the plus icon to create a new template, and now you can build your own template. You can assign this template to various classes by selecting the Assign to Classes button. Now, I will show you how to add standards in lesson plans. In Plan Board, select the lesson you are working on and click on the Add Standards button at the bottom of the lesson plan. Click to expand the appropriate standard set from the window that appears. You can edit which standard sets are attached to this subject by clicking the Edit Curriculum Sets button. This tool has already standards from the international schools. Now, if you want to upload the learning outcomes or standards from the curriculum given by you from the NCERT and CBSE, then we can also do that. Click on the gear icon in the top right corner and select Standards from the drop-down menu. Select Upload Standards in the top right. Here you can see you need to do the following things: a title for the set, a code for each standard or learning outcome or expectation, a description for each standard or expectation. You also have the option of sharing these learning outcomes publicly or not. You can enable or disable this from the window you are typing. You can always come back and edit them. Make sure you add them to the subject before you can use them in your lessons. Now, I will show you how you can track curriculum progress. This feature will allow you to check how well your curriculum is being taught as set up in your lesson plans. With standards or expectation tracking, you can easily gauge progress. Click on the standards in the gear menu in the top right of the page to access your standards or curriculum progress. Here, each section will have a progress bar telling you how many of the standards or learning outcomes you have covered. You can click on a section to view the detailed coverage for that section. The green window indicates it has been covered in at least one lesson or assessment, and the green color means that it has not been assigned yet. If you click on the green standard or expectations, you can see all the lessons it has been assigned to. You can then click on a lesson to navigate the date in Plan Board, or an assessment to navigate to that assessment in Markbook. A task list is also there in Chalk. This task list can be used to keep track of things that need to be accomplished outside of your daily lesson planning. It will function as a daily to-do, so you can use it to remind you to do things such as collecting homework, planning lessons, and other miscellaneous tasks you want to remember. Tasks are found on the day view of the Plan Board next to the calendar. To remove a task from the task list, hover over the task you want to delete it and click on the trash icon that appears to the right of the task. You can click on the Add New Task to begin creating your task list. You can add additional tasks by pressing enter on the last task on the list. You can label your task as completed by clicking on the check box to the left of the task. You can clear multiple completed items by clicking on the clear check button that appears when you have one or more tasks completed. You can also add off days in your planner also. Off days, block out a day in your planner. So you can't create lessons for that day. They can be used for holidays or the leave. Now we will see Markbook. To access the Markbook, click on the Markbook menu at the top of the page and then click All Classes. You will see the classes you are teaching and the number of students enrolled in each class. By hovering over a class and clicking it, you will be brought to the Assessment tabs. Beside it is Students and Settings. Assessment tab is where you can create and grade assessments, which are broken into 4 styles: score, rubric, binary, and observation. The next tab is for students. From the Students tab, you will be able to create and enroll students, generate a class roster, or view the assessment information for the students in your class. The next tab is for Settings icon. This is where you can enter categories of assessment that you will be grading: homework, projects, tests, etc., as well as the weight that each category makes up. Now we will see how to create an assessment within the Markbook with which you can evaluate the performance of your students. The options are style, score, binary, rubric, and observation. So score, level or letter based grades on overall values such as 100. Binary means a pass or fail assessment. Rubric is similar to the grade assessments but also has an attached rubric. Observations means anecdotal comments about the students. To begin creating an assessment, log into Markbook and select the class you are creating an assessment for. And from here, click on the green plus button in the top right of the page. Select the style you want for your new assessment. Once you have chosen a style, you will be asked to enter the details for that particular assessment. Score assessments are the most commonly used option in chalk because how flexible they are in representing different types of assessments. Whether the assessment is homework, a quiz, a project, or a test, the score assessment allows you to represent the grade as a fraction. This makes it easy to accurately reflect how the students performed. You will be asked to enter the details for the assessment. Here, A alphabets means make sure to name your assessment to keep track of which assessment is which. This is the only field that must be filled out to save an assessment. The B alphabet shows adjust the out of marks to mirror how the assessment is being graded. This does not impact the weight of this assessment. C alphabet sets the due date. D means what category does this assessment fall in. Selected category will appear. E means set it as a summative or formative assessment. When you are done with these steps, click on the create assessment and it will take you straight to the evaluation page. If you have marks, you can enter them here or simply return to the assessments main page to continue to create additional assessments. Now I'm going to show you the rubric page. A rubric is a grid-based tool that is used to grade a student's performance against a predetermined set of expectations. A rubric is designed to help you compare students' result to the desired outcomes. In chalk, This assessment is similar to the score assessment, but with an attached rubric. You will see the default rubric, but everything is customizable based on your own requirements. Binary. It is a pass-fail, yes-no, all or nothing assessment format, like participation or self-reflection. This means when grading, you either give full marks, that is 100%, or no marks, that is 0%. For binary assessment, you still have the access to features like comments, attachments, and marking assessments as unsubmitted or late. The last type of assessment that we can provide to our students are the observations. These are the anecdotal notes or can include images or videos that are a great way for teachers to keep track of classroom activities and attitudes, as well as we can use this information to update parents on how the student is progressing. Observations can be applied to the whole class, groups within the class, or individual students. These observations won't appear on the assessment main page, but will appear when looking at a student profile. You can add students by selecting the button in the top right hand corner of the pop-up. Many more features are there in Chalk. I'll show them also in my demo part. So now I will move on the demo part. Okay, I'm going to start with the Google browser. Here, I'm going to type chalk.com. It will take me straightly to the main interface of the Chalk. Here you can see the login icon. I'm going to click on the login icon. If you want to have some information on the Chalk, you can scroll down and you can also see all the features available in the Chalk. Now I'm going to log in for this. As a first user, I have to sign up myself. Here you can see I can select the account type, teacher, student and guardian, and then I have to enter my email. And on login, I have to enter my email and password. I can click on stay logged in and just click on the stay login. Now I'm going to log in using my existing account. This is my dashboard for the Chalk. Here you can see this is a good afternoon and this Thursday with the date. You can see the time also. Now the first thing that I have to do in Chalk is to add a new semester so that I can add my timetable also, I can add my classes, and I can add the various students, assessments, attendance. Many features are there in this too. Now I'm going to start with add a new semester. Here you can see the plus icon to add a semester. By default it is showing this. I can name this like this. The first day of my class from the August 2021 and the last day of my class, and now I'm going to click next. Now if you want to copy some materials from the last year that you were teaching in this Chalk, you can also do that. Now I'm going to click on the create one. Now it is showing me the days teaching, the days present in my timetable. So I'm going to click on the 6 days and leaving the Sunday. Here you can see, now I can add classes also. And if I want to import my Google Classrooms or the classes from the Schoology, I can also do that from the import classes. So first of all, I'm going to add a class. Here, I'm going to name the class. Create. Now you can see this is end schedule. Now I have to first of all create some classes according to my timetable. Now I have to plan them in my timetable. So I can drag and drop according to the time given in my timetable. Day A represents Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday. I'm using the simple method of drag and drop. Now if I want to move this block from this time to this, I can do that also. Even I can, when I click on a particular box, here you can see the selected class or period, start time, end time, and I can save it. Or I can just move these lines so that I can increase the time period of my class. So in this way, I can make my timetable on the chalk. So on day D is there. E. So if you want to import your classes from the Google Classroom, I'm going to click on import classes.
Okay.
Here it will ask me Google Classroom or Schoology. I'm going to choose the Google Classroom. Now I have to link the plan or the chalk with my Google Classroom. Sync in with Google.
Okay, it means it gives us the permission to access the Google Classroom so that we can integrate both the things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Then in this way, all the students present in my Google Classroom will appear here so that I can give assessment from this also, and I can track their attendance, curriculum progress also from this platform.
So if we think about chalk in detail, so is it a kind of learning management system for some institute?
Yes, sir. A teacher can manage all the resources.
Everything, right.
The timetables, the assessment
attendance,
planner,
assessment,
planner, yes, sir.
data management and observations. I think you have included the parents kind of thing in the introduction. It means this is the wonderful thing, how the parents can watch their the progress of their kid.
Yes, sir. The teacher can share the progress of the individual student to the parents also.
Right, right. Perfect. Okay, we may proceed, please.
Yes, sir. I'm going to now I'm going to sync my Google Classrooms here. Here you can see that I'm going to allow this so that all the students, okay, this one is already existing. So I'm going to show you that one. This one. Here you can see I have already my planner. I'm going to click on the plan board now. My classes are there and my students are also there. Let me show you this because I have already imported all my Google classes here.
Okay.
Here you can see that 46 students are already enrolled in my class. Now, how to plan lesson, how to do lesson planning in the chalk. Suppose I want to make a lesson plan for a day only. So I'm going to choose the planner and today. Now, for today I have 3 classes or 4 classes. Now what can I do? Add content. Now I can make the lesson planning for my students, what the kind of resources I'm going to share with my students. I can share this lesson plan directly to my students in Google Classroom. So in this lesson planning, what can I do? Typing. I can insert various images in my lesson plans. I can insert some videos also, tables. I can insert links. Maths editor is also there. Alignment options, text color, background color if I want to change that. Font family is there. So I can do my lesson plan.
We have enough type of options to upload all type of contents.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Suppose my topic is.
So can this software be supported to another languages rather than English?
So right now it is available in English only, but if I want to make the lesson planning in Hindi, then I can copy paste also, and if I have the keyboard of Hindi, then I can type it in Hindi also here.
Okay.
So
if we copy paste Hindi and it supports it, okay.
And if I want want to connect with a link of a video, so I can do that also. Just give me one link, and now insert link. Then it will ask me the URL of that link and the text that appears for that URL. So I can insert the various videos also here. Here you can see that insert video, paste in a video URL. Here I can copy and paste the videos, the YouTube videos here, so that my students can also see that in my lesson plans. So many options are there to make my lesson plans. Here you can see that import from other sources and share. I can print that. I can make it to resources, a group of lessons. I can make it a public link. I can share this lesson plan in my Google Classroom or Schoology also. Now here you can see standards. When we are doing lesson planning, we must attach them with our learning outcomes we are supposing to do so. So standards are there. In this tool, international standards are there. So we can add them also. And if you want, so I'm going to show you some like science. Here you can see some international standards and the learning outcomes are available. But if I want to add the learning outcomes given by NCERT and CBSE, I can do that also. I'm going to show you the gear icon, settings and standards. Here you can see upload standards. Now I can upload the various standards like the first learning outcome, that the student will be able to name the or define the nutrition, suppose. So add another item, code is A, nutrition. So here the B is type of nutrition. And process. So 3 learning outcomes are there. The student will be able to define the nutrients or nutrition. Student will be able to differentiate between the different types of nutrition and how the autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition will take place. So I can save that and it will be there if I want to make my planning now. So suppose here I want to edit the content, standards, add curriculum sets. So in this way, I can add the various standards to my lesson plans. Now I'm going to show you Markbook. Here I'm going to show you the first all classes at a glance. The 4 classes are there. Here you can see how many students are already enrolled here. So I'm going to click on any one of them. It will take me to the assessment page of that class. So assessments, students, settings. When it comes to the assessments, as I told you in the presentation part also, 4 types of assessment is here. I'm going to show you all. Plus I can score, where I can give marks to my student, binary, where yes or no or just okay or not okay, so 100% or 0%. Rubrics are there in observation. So score. Here you can see I have to name this. Suppose this is test 1 for my students. Or I'm going to assess the performance of all students, and if you want to give this test to only some of the students, you can do that also. So test to the individual students can be given also from this platform. So
Okay.
now right now I'm going to assign it to only 30 students. Here you can enter the due date, total marks and weightage. The category, I'll show you how the homework, quiz and test assignment categories are there, weightage. I'll show you in the settings part. So create assessment. I can attach some links here so that if I'm having a Google form, so I can attach here also. If I'm having some other links of tests or some PDF also, I can attach here. Now I'm going to create assessment, and it will directly take me to the evaluation part of the test. Here you can see the names of my students, and when they submit me their assignment, I can mark them as late, unsubmitted. I can give them marks like this one, or if I want to add some private comments to the students, I can do that also. So I can evaluate the performance and give the marks according to the performance of the students. Now I can share this in my Google Classroom. I can print this as a PDF. I can have a look in a, just me show. Okay, this one. Here you can see a bar graph showing the percentages of the number of students they are scoring, the average, median, and all this.
Okay, so in short, it was the result of the student.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I can do that for a particular student also and for the whole class also.
Okay.
So I can do bulk grading also. Okay. Here you can see I can copy this assignment, copy this assessment, and I can share this in another classroom. I can share that also, share in Google Classroom, and I can delete it and at any point of time. Now going to settings, and I have already shown you this. Now students. Okay, let me show you the second type of assessment first, binary. And you can also see again some journal instructions are there, the due date, how assessing, you can choose one student, you can choose the whole class or the group of students, it's up to you. You have to name this assessment, weightage, attachments, lessons. If you want to attach this assessment with your some lessons, you can do that also. You can evaluate as a summative or formative, and you can give some extra credits to this assessment. So in binary, what we have, it's just right or wrong. So 100% or 0%. So in this this binary type of assessment, I cannot give the marks. I can make it to the yes, you are right, or yes, no, you are wrong. However, I can give some private comment to them. I can attach some files to the particular students. I can mark it as a late or unsubmitted, or I can allow him for a new attempt also.
Okay. So this is the kind of individual, attendance or maybe attention by the student, for the student by the teacher, right?
We also want personalized learning of the students.
Yes.
Students will not be able to see the performance of other students. He or she will be able to see the performance of her own performance only.
Okay.
Okay. Third one is the rubric, where I can set some rubrics. Now I'm going to create this one. And all the assessments given by me to a particular class will be visible to the main homepage. I'll show you that also. Here you can see rubric, as I told you earlier, rubric is similar to the scoring one, but here you can see the levels. Suppose the student has scored the 8 marks and it has also the cleared level 1, level 2, level 3 and level 4. So I can do that also. I can provide some comments and I can attach files to the particular student. The last part, assessment, is observation. Observation will not be counted for marks, but it will give a digital profile of that student. Here I can, suppose I want to have an observation file on Adarsh. So I'm going to confirm that, and now this observation can be shared with students as well as with the parents also. He is good in studies. And I can upload some files in the form of audio, video and images also, so that it will give the detailed explanation of the all the observations that I have done for the students. I can do the observation for a particular student or for the whole class. So observation can be viewed from the student's profile. Okay, so these are the assessment types that we have in chalk. Now I'm going to show you the students part. Here you can see all the students, and if I want to change the class, let me show you. From here you can see all the students present in your class. So this icon is to change your classes. Okay.
So we can see, various classes in the single URL, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Only. Okay.
Suppose this is the class of 10th B. Now I'm going for the 9th B class.
Okay. So no need to log in again and again for another classes. We can save all the classes in single interface.
All the classes will be available in a single platform.
Okay.
All the assessments will be available. You can do that also. There is no need to log in again and again for the another class.
Okay, great.
You can create multiple classes in a single time. You can do that again after some time. There is no limit on the number of classes you can import here, and you can create in this too. There is no limit in the free version. If you want, suppose our student took the TC from your school, and if you want to unenroll from your class, you can do that also. If you attach some attachments or upload files for a particular student for making a student profile, digital profile, you can do that also. And you can sync Google Classroom at any point of time. You can enroll some other students from outside. For enroll, you can see that here with all the students and all the classes. If I want to merge some classes, I can do that also. So this is for my semester. Now I'm going to show you settings icon. So by default, all the assessment that I'm going to assign in assessment part, homework 10%, quiz 30%, test is 40%, and assignments are 20%. So at the end, when I see the grade books, this will be the percentage or the weightage of all the assessments. I can change it here. Here you can see, if I make it 27, so I can change the weightage of the different types of assessment. If I want to add some categories, if I want to delete these categories for the assessment, I can do that also. Here you can see grading, minimum value A++, where the grading scale is there. When we are not giving some marks, we are grading them according to the A, B, and C, and D order. So,
okay, so can we define these categories as per our requirement, as per our institution?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As per our institution requirement, we can edit these categories and the weightage given to the various categories.
Okay.
Suppose in my previous homework is for 10% only, or for 10 marks out of 100, it weights only 10 marks. So I can do that also. Quiz or test having 20. The various tests we are taking, it is for 60. So here you can the various
can you please make this screen a little bit zoom so that our viewers can see easily?
So sure, sir.
Because I think the percentage is very small. Now I can see it, yes. And I am sure our viewers can also watch this view easily on their screens.
Here you can see, but whenever I'm changing this, the bar graph,
right,
also the pie chart, sorry.
Right.
So weight value remaining is 5%, so I can increase the weightage here. The total weight is 100%. If I want to add some more categories here,
right,
I can do that also. So when I do the add category, a new category is there. Suppose digital portfolio.
Okay.
As in the class 10th or in class 6 to 8, we have a new assessment type of digital portfolio. So I can do that also. And now I have given weightage 5%. I am going to decrease that one. Now the total weight is 100%. So whenever I in the last at the end of the semester, this will show me the total weightage, the total number of marks student have secured out of 100%, and the weightage of all the categories is like this. Okay. So one more thing, attendance.
Attendance is very important.
The attendance in online classes. So this tool will make it very easy for all of us. I'll show you how. Just choose a class you want to take the attendance, and automatically it will show the days on which you have set it as in your timetable. Suppose I'm having the class on the Tuesday, 7th September. Today I'm having a class, and the next class I have on the Saturday. So suppose I'm taking the class, now I'm going to call the names of my students. If he's present, automatically it's showing present to all the students. Now I'm going to call the names of my students, and if he or she is absent, just click on that and make it absent.
Okay, so this is the manual task teacher has to done, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
If I'm taking an online class using the platforms like Google Meet or Zoom, just call the name of the students to ensure their presence, and I can do that also. You can later on after a month, this is the week of September 5, you can see the previous attendance also, and if you want to save it for your own registers, here you can see. So I'm going to click on the PDF.
Okay, great.
Okay, here you can see the range. I can print or I can download the attendance of a particular class day-wise, week-wise, or if I want to have a custom date range from this date to this date, I can do that also. So right now I'm going to this week, margins, landscape. You can have the student names, sorting by first name, and just export them.
Okay, this is the easiest way to save the attendance for all the students.
Yes, sir. Here you will see the class attendance for this August 17 to 21st August, the name of the class, the name of the teacher, and it is daily attendance. And here you can see the cross icon for the absent students, total absences, and the present students.
Right.
So in this way, we can have a record in our system also, and we can paste them in our class register, or we can take help for our class attendance.
Rekha ji, I request you to please conclude your session because I have 3-4 questions for you.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Please.
So in this way, if I want to take that attendance of 9B class, so in just a single click, it will take me to that class. So there's no need to sign out and then again log in for the next class. So I can plan my lessons. I can plan my timetable. Some settings are there, subjects, standards, lesson settings are there. I can make my lesson plans here, and I can share it with my all students as well as parents, with my colleagues, with my school staff administration. Here, with Markbook, I can do assessment of all the students individually as well as group wise or the class wise. Resources are there. Whatever I'm doing, it will get stored in my resources, and I can take daily attendance. One more thing is that let me show the last. This is my dashboard. So there is no need to go here and here. You can just plan this lesson in plan board. Take today's attendance is here. If you want to need to remember anything, that whatever workings pending, you can do that also. Okay. And you can see main features from the blog also. So this is all the Chalk provides to us. It's all free. So this is from the Chalk and from my site.
I think this is amazing tool, and one can create an online school, virtual school. I think practically. Few quick questions for you. I think you are doing all this assignment on URL, right? You are using internet. You are using Google Chrome type of.
Yes, sir.
Right. So is it available on web only, or is it a kind of application so that we can download it on mobile phone, laptop, PC? What kind of usage we can have?
Yes, right now I'm using the web version, but it is also available in the Android phones and for the tablets. It's an app. You can download them from the Play Store, Planboard, and with chalk.com. Okay,
so Rekha ji, one more question. As you rightly mentioned in your, you are scheduling some classes when you do some drag and drop. So suppose if I am a registered student in your class 9C. So yes, how can I receive my invite of my class, or how can I get the information that I have a class tomorrow at 10 a.m. and by the time I have to join in the same link? So how can I receive that invite, or how can I know that I have a class?
So as you have seen, when I do the login, there is an option of a student also. When I import the classes from my Google Classroom, I actually imported their Google IDs.
Okay,
so
right.
Once a student will log in with their G Suite ID that I'm using for the Google Classroom, the student will be able to see all the assessments assigned by me, all the classes, all the resources shared by me, and the attendance and the digital portfolio, whatever I'm sharing to that particular student will be able to see that in his or her dashboard.
Okay, so do I need to register with my only registered ID in the school so that I can get in class, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. One more last question. Because Shekhar sent a question on our portal. How many students can be accommodated in one class? Is there any limit of students in particular class?
On the number of students, we can accommodate unlimited students. We can create unlimited classes in this platform.
Wow. I think this must be a wonderful tool, and I must say thank you for your entire effort which you have done. और आपने ये जो बताया मुझे लग रहा है this is really phenomenal, and every institution will get benefit with this explore chalk of our session. Thank you very much, Rekha ji. You have joined us and you explained this wonderful chalk learning management system. I must say this is the entire system. So thank you very much for joining with us with the entire detail of this chalk system. Thank you very much for joining with us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So this webinar session comes to an end now. Explore, explore, explore. This is the, I think, wonderful way for all of you to explore all the ICT tools in which you can get so many things to enhance your content, enhance your class, enhance your attendance. Whatever you want to enhance, you can make it. Thank you very much for joining with us. This session comes to an end now. Don't go away. Keep watching. We will be right back with the next session of Sahyog, in which we talk about mental wellness. Thank you very much. Keep watching. Namaskar.